Hello, everybody. It's September 14th, 2025. There are a multitude of ways to look at life, and you shouldn't remain static in your method of looking at your life for too long. Maybe for a while, but not for too long, because the nature of life changes, and it changes quickly. It seems to change quickly, but to be honest, it's always there's always movement in life, even when it seems like there isn't. And the only reason it seems like it isn't is because your attention is being pulled somewhere else, or you're not zoned in on your life, because you are taking care of your responsibilities, or you are trying to heal yourself, or you are trying to enjoy life. But life is always on the move, and it's not required for you to always catch things right away, but to better serve yourself and your purpose, looking at your life and checking in on it the best way you can is the best way to go about it. So when you are looking at your life and you see its immensity, how immense it is, it can be daunting, it could be discouraging. But the way I like to look at it is, if you can't decrease the size of how your life seems to you, if you can't take it in by chunks and little pieces, consider looking at your immense life like you're on a beach looking at an ocean. And the first thing you may notice is that instead of fear anymore, you are starting to feel the beauty and the grandeur of life when you are looking out on your immense life and all the elements of it, all the nuances of it, all the vastness of potential and history behind it. And then you may be able to glimpse the beauty of life even for just a moment. And in that moment, there is increasing peace and increasing fortitude. And so after you look at your life and you can take it all in this kind of reflective way, it is not a sin to turn your back on this reflection, because you must go back into your life, even though you can't leave your life, but you must go back into your life and continue with your purpose. Now, after looking at the vastness of your life, you may start to wonder what your purpose is. And that's a great place to be in, because that means you have a choice. You may have felt attached before you looked at your life and considered things, but now that you don't know where to begin or where to go next, that is a choice that is granted to you by your inner self and by God. And don't ever let anybody have the final say of where you should take your life next. You should come to that conclusion by your guiding spirit, by the spirit that focuses your intention and attention on certain things that you might want to partake in. It's always good to be healthy and to consider taking honorable roads in life, because even if you take a road that harms yourself or may potentially harm yourself, that is a greater sin than lashing out at somebody else, because you are the experiencer. You are harming this awareness, this existence in this life, and stopping it from experiencing and going through life in a way that is, I would say, spiritually productive, in a way that is nurturing to the rest of the world. By taking yourself out, you are committing a crime against the people that are living in your span of history. So when you decide where to go next in this viable and positive course, you may look back on your life and still see the vastness of it dwarfing you and intimidating you. But drawing your focus back to the matters in front of you is a practice that teaches you to weed out distractions. It teaches you to forego anxiety and letting anxiety take control of you. And on a side note, I have been through panic attacks, anxiety attacks, and I know how dire the consequences may feel while you're going through that. But to mitigate that intense stress, learning to manage anxiety before it gets to that point is a powerful exercise. And how you might want to manage anxiety when it's cropping up as a problem is to divert that attention to the negative cloud that is entering your eyes and ears and your breathing, is diverting your attention away from that, and just, like I said before, just slowing things down to as slow as you can get them, noticing the gaps where peace is there where you wouldn't notice before, but noticing the gaps in anxiety where peace is, and just drawing your attention to those areas of peace and slowing things down. It may seem like slowing things down, like you're trying to slow down a runaway train, but once you get better, you can slow things down and key in on your breathing, and you can stop the anxiety from ballooning into a potential crisis. So when looking at your life and you are intimidated, just remember that the greatest parts of your life sometimes came from following a whim of your spirit, and that those actions, those graces, those miracles led to that immense life that you possess. So from the smallest and most seemingly innocuous things, you have built a great grand life with limitless potential. And when you realize that, the ocean of your life, looking at the immensity of your life, becomes a tribute to God. So I hope this helps. Thanks.